Louisiana beer reviews. Pumpkinator, Saint Arnold Pumpkinator 2023 edition. Well, kind of make it a tradition. I think I have made it a tradition to review each year. I don't think they change it each year, but it's kind of fun to see how it is. Ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, brewed and bottled by Saint Arnold Brewing Company. Houston, Texas, 11.2%, 34 bitterness units, Imperial pumpkin stout. They say they use enough pumpkins to make Pumpkinator to make over 400 pumpkin pies. Pale two-row caramel malt, pale two-row malt, caramel and black malt is used, and Cascade and Liberty hops. They also add, like I said, pumpkin, molasses, brown sugar, and spices. And it gets an 83 on Untapped for this year. They have a few hundred check-ins already, 83. It showed up today here in this town, so there's Texas on the cap. Saint Arnold Independent Craft Brewer. Nice hiss. I believe they started 1994. Their amber ale was their first. Don't get that in Louisiana, unfortunately. All right, it's making a thin beige head, and the appearance, I'll put this bright light through it. It's dark brown, can't see anything coming through it. Little lighter brown along the edges. Looks black in a way. Okay, let's go with the aroma. And this is the first video review for this edition, this vintage in the world. Yeah, spicy, like they're saying, spicy dark pumpkin pie. Doesn't really smell like pumpkin pie though. If you think, a lot of these pumpkin beers smell and taste like pumpkin pie, which I like, so no knock against that, but this one smells like a dark pumpkin stout, which is what it is, right? The spices, the molasses, the brown sugar, the malts, and the hops. Smells great, always gets a high score. 83 on Untapped is very high. Most beers be lucky to get into the 70s or high 70s. Taste, cheers. I don't know if you can get it in your state. Texas, Louisiana, yes. I don't know how far St. Arnold goes. I don't see too many northern state people reviewing St. Arnold beers, honestly. Yeah. A lot of that gourd. Sharp, must be blackstrap molasses. Sharp molasses, brown sugar. They don't say the spices, so I'm thinking probably cinnamon, nutmeg, those type of things. Tastes like cinnamon for sure. I bought it off the shelf. I had it in the freezer to get it cold for only about 2 hours and 5 minutes. It's dead cold, so that freezer's still going strong, right? I did that because usually if you just put it in the refrigerator, it might take many hours to get cold, and I didn't want to drink it warm. Although these things will be kind of nice as they warm, not warm, but as they're warming. I guess it's a high medium body, not heavy body though. Not thick. Mostly dry finish. Sweetness scale. Now sweetness, you would think, oh, it's going to be so sweet, it'll be overwhelming. But that would be a prediction, an error, because it's moderately sweet, 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness doesn't really play a factor, a role here. Bitterness is not playing a role. Only 34 bitterness units, which was something so dessert-like on that left side. On the right side, the bitterness is going to just balance it out so it's not too cloyingly sweet, meaning disgusting or grossly sweet. But it is very well made. It's very balanced. 11.2 in a 22-ounce bottle. You don't see bombers anymore. Basically, this is the only bomber I ever see in this town these days. I mean, used to be go craft beer shopping and be an array of bombers across the shelf. This is about it. Once a year. Trying to see if they show the size. I don't see the size on the label. I know it's 22 ounces. Yeah, it says it 1.6 ounces. You can tell these bombs. Good that it's dark brown bottle. It's a dark brown bottle. Saint Arnold is smart. They put their, like a Beta, they put their stuff in shiner. Dark brown bottles protects it from the light. No green glass. No clear. And another good thing about shiner, a Beta, and Saint Arnold, they're still sticking with bottles to a large extent. Oh, sure, you can get a Beta, shiner, and Saint Arnold canned beers, definitely, but not for everything. And I don't think at all for these. I don't recall ever seeing Pumpkinator in a can. So if you're shopping for those three breweries I just named, you're more than likely going to find a bottle. Shiner still with the twist caps. Saint Arnold and Abita have gone to the pry caps. But I remember when they all three were twist cap companies. Now my friend David said he read or heard somewhere that they had a problem where some of that they were doing those fruit beers and they were fermenting like with the raspberry purple haze or Abita blueberry beer that they used to make, sometimes still make, that it was fermenting and making the caps pop off. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds plausible. I just thought they did it because it's not cool to have twist caps on a craft beer. Unibrew still does the twist caps, although they're so torqued on there. Can't believe it didn't crack the glass, and you can almost never get them off. One time I got one with my hand to come on. It's the same thing with Shipyard. They're so tight. Shipyard beers are still twist caps. But anyway, enough of that. So the score here, oh, it's going to be high. Yeah, I do have it a little too cold. I didn't know, I mean, 11.2, it's not going to freeze too fast. But I didn't know how to gauge it. Like, I knew if I just put it in the refrigerator for 2 hours, it wouldn't be cold enough. But maybe I should have done an hour in the freezer and an hour in the fridge. But I wasn't sure. I didn't know. Usually I just put beers in the fridge overnight, and the next day they'd be cold. You know, they'll be cold and I'll review them. But I wanted to get on this one. Oh, yeah. It's spicy, though. The spices might turn you off. But I'm going to go with 97 out of 100. 9.7 out of 10. A most excellent beer. Nearly outstanding. And you could possibly make the argument for that. 98, 99, 100. But I'm going to go with 97. I also bought the bourbon barrel aged Pumpkinator, which I think they age for a year in bourbon barrels. That one's coming in at 12.8. Don't recall the bitterness units. Probably higher. Now I don't know if they're going to do those cognac barrel Pumpkinators this year or cold press or any of those crazy ones. They did that a few years ago and that was interesting, but I guess they didn't keep doing it. But I'll look around. Price. This was $7.99. $7.99 for the bomber. And the 12-ounce bottle of the bourbon barrel, orange label bourbon barrel aged Pumpkinator was $6.49 plus tax. So it's gonna get you. And I was checking out the store and the lady was saying, "Oh, that's not a bad price." She said, "That's a good price. You're getting two different beers." And I never said it was a bad price. I just said it was kind of expensive. And she said, "Oh no, I used to buy," and then she was telling me what she used to buy. I used to buy that mudslide over there, and then it cost this much, and so she was thinking I got a deal on it. There you go. So laissez le bon temps relais, a wonderful product, and I wish all the states could get it, but that's unfortunately not the case. But here I am reviewing it, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to San Antonio. 11.2, and I didn't even drink too much yet. What they call that town? Houston, Texas, the Bayou City, and tour the Saint Arnold Brewery, which I have done. I did it last year. It was a great tour too, by the way. Thank you.